Are you dealing with flat feet? We're gonna go over how to fix your flat feet with these exercises. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist and co-founder of the Basketball Doctors. So let's jump into it, guys. So when it comes to flat feet, there's two different types of flat feet that I normally classify a person having. One, it's more anatomical. They're born with flat feet. And the way to find out is you get assessed, but both feet are flat. You get it straight from birth. Then the other one is what we see most commonly is people are born with the normal arch, but over time their arch just comes in. And this is the one that we're going to address because those are the ones that we can adjust the arch of your foot through exercises and really building that stability of the foot. And why is working on these exercises important? So flat feet itself is not an issue, but it does put you at risk for certain pathologies. And we usually try to teach these basketball athletes to really get these muscles working because it helps decrease your risk for certain injuries. And these certain injuries are like plantar fasciitis. So when you have a flat foot, it might increase the stress on that plantar fascia a little bit more. The second one is Achilles tendinopathy. The third one is just biomechanical issues up the chain. So because your foot comes a little bit more flat and it's not controlled, then it rotates your tibia, which then puts a little bit more stress on the knee. So having issues all the way up the chain. But like I mentioned, there's not an issue with having flat feet, but this is very specific also for people that do have issues because of flat foot, like specifically posterior tibialis tendinopathy. A lot of people try to create that arch, but that arch just keeps falling because they have no strength there and then stresses that tendon, or even just as simple as plantar fasciitis. So if you're dealing with an injury and you have flat feet, these are some of the exercises we need to have you work on. So let's jump into them. The first exercise is going to require a lacrosse ball, and we're going to be rolling out the bottom of your foot. So the plantar fascia, the intrinsic muscles there in the bottom of your foot. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the lacrosse ball here. You're going to roll up and down, side to side, just go all around the entire foot, like you're coloring the bottom of your foot. That's the best way to describe it. You're going to do this for a minute. And the big thing with this is we're really trying to loosen up and also bring blood flow to those muscles there before we go into the next exercise. So when we do this, I also like to move my toes up and down as I'm moving through the whole plantar fascia in the bottom of our foot, just to get everything moving. And I also like to press down a little bit and then move up and down here the toes. So not only with just moving the toes, but also when you stay in one position, move the toes, just to get everything going. And when you do this, just set it for 1 minute, and this is just getting some blood flow. Think about this foam rolling, but for your bottom of your foot, getting everything ready. So once you have the lacrosse ball and you rolled out the bottom of your foot, now we're going to get into the real big exercise. And this is one of the most important exercises you can do, and this is a short foot exercise. And this is going to teach you how to create a short foot. So when we do this, we're going to go in half kneeling. So when we do this position is we're going to make sure we have all our weight on our big toe, little toe, and heel, because that's going to give us 3 points of contact, that tripod stance. From there, I'm going to try to bring my big toe towards my heel, and that's going to help create that arch. And as you can see, now I have an arch. And if I relax it, the arch collapses. The big thing with this is when I try to create this arch, I don't want to lift my big toe off the ground. I want to maintain that big toe down and push down on the toe and try to bring this down. So you're trying to create an arch by bringing this towards the heel and the heel towards your toes. So you're going to create that arch there. You're going to hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, then release it. And you see when I release it, my arch kind of collapses a little bit. And then when I create it, the arch gets a little bit higher. So you want to do this several times throughout the day. The whole goal is to get that mind and muscle connection and really get that neuromuscular component of you creating that arch and holding it. Big thing, another mistake that we see is a lot of people will try to move their knee to create this. So you want to keep your knee aligned with your second and third toe. Create that arch while keeping your big toe down with 3 points of contact, big toe, little toe, and heel, and creating that arch, okay? And this is going to be important because this is going to move us on to their next exercise. So if we can't get this down, all the other exercises can't be performed. So once you get this down, now we're going to do it into a little functional stretch here. So I'm going to create that arch, still work on those 3 points of contact, creating that arch. Now I'm going to drive my knee towards my second and third toe. The reason we're doing this is trying to create that arch in a functional position in a not 100% weight bearing, meaning standing squat or anything, but this is gonna allow us to do our lunges or squats while creating that tripod stance and that neutral arch there. So when we do this, big mistake I see is a lot of people will try to bring the knee too far out and their arch collapses. So you want to make sure you maintain that arch and you drive towards the second and third toe, and then you come back out of it. If you go far enough and you start cheating by going towards your first toe, that doesn't count. You want to keep that knee aligned with the second and third toe, and you also want to keep your heel down. A lot of people will tend to do this and their heel comes off. You want to keep that heel down, create that arch, drive forward, and then come back out. Mistakes, like I mentioned, your arch will collapse as you go further. So just go as far as you can, then bring it back, and then slowly work your way as you get more comfortable and more mobility in the ankle. Because a lot of times we get this ankle mobility by collapsing inward. We're trying to just create the arch and going into this, which is going to allow us to do our lunges and squats. All right, guys, hopefully you guys learned how to create an arch and these different exercises to really help you use that brain signaling to your foot to really create that arch, because that's very important, because this is going to be crucial as you move on to any functional exercises. But if you guys have any questions about flat feet, or if you guys want us to address some of your issues that you're having with your foot, send us an email or send us also a DM in our Instagram or TikTok as well. And if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with friends and family. And we are the Basketball Doctors. Let's ball for life.